Welcome back. It's still the AM show. Yes, Nipaya de Osayi. So we are giving the right accolades to those who went and did us proud at the 28th Ghana Journalism Awards. And, well, let me just say, joining me in the studio, the man of the moment, sports journalist of the year. I tease this gentleman a lot, and he's here. I wanted to do him some small, but I will not. Congratulations.
You're not doing me. You're doing yourself.
You know what it reminds me of? Yeah. That song, do you remember?
Which one?
If you do good, you do for yourself. If you do bad. In fact, I listened to it only a few days ago, and it reminded me of way back when we were listening to some sort of music. But congratulations.
Thank you.
Sports Journalist of the Year.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel?
Proud, excited, and a sense of responsibility, actually.
All right. Let me also acknowledge that there were 9 winners from our media group, 2 from the Adom brands. But for Joy News, we had Erastus Asaredonko, last year's ultimate winner. He was Illegal Mining Reporter of the Year. David Andor, I beg your pardon, one of my buddies here. Photojournalist of the Year. Clinton Yebua, Best Student Journalist of the Year. We're so proud of him. Muftan Nabila Abdullahi, of course, Sports Journalist of the Year. And of course, PM Express, Best TV Program in English. And then the Joy Super Morning Show, Best Radio Program in English as well. Then, how can we forget? Online, we had Dr. Nesta Chris Abiana Pasram, Best Feature online. But let's start our engagements with some of them, starting with
Emmanuel Kwesi Deborah.
Emmanuel Kwesi Deborah as
also
well.
won for the science. And
the sciences, indeed.
Yeah, award,
science and technology. But let's bring in Evans Mensah. He, of course, editor and also host of PM Express. Evans, good morning. Hello, Evans Mensah.
Good morning, Benjamin.
Okay, I think I heard Evans.
Good morning, Benjamin. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, yes.
All right, good to know. Good to know. First bit, initial reactions to winning, this Gong TV program of the year, PM Express. I know it's a lot of work that the team puts into it. You are the face of that program. What did it mean for you to carry this award home?
Well, it means more responsibility. It means that you cannot drop the bar any lower, because now the expectation is that you have to develop and put out content that does not only appeal to the audience, but addresses their fundamental needs. And what we've tried to do on PM Express is to bring fact-based, thoroughly researched content to our audiences, because really when you go through the day, you're bombarded with a barrage of news items. At the end of the day, when you take the biggest story of the day, you want people to understand that story. You want them to leave the show appreciating the basis for what has happened during the day, understanding the context, but also helping them make sense of it. And that is why you will see that at the beginning of the show, our research team will put in a lot of work in dissecting this with research, with context, with analysis that we do. And so it just means that, yes, the work that the team is doing, yes, has been recognized, but it also means added responsibility.
And for you, I mean, where does this lead? Where should this lead? You started by saying more responsibility, but for the show and maybe the rest of our programming, especially with the high office you occupy, where should this lead us?
To do more. And for us, it's really about the people. I mean, it's a stories that addresses the needs of our audiences in their communities, speaks to the big national issues of concern to majority of the people who watch us, who read our stuff, who listen to us on radio, and now digital is also big now. When the issues address their fundamental needs, there's a likelihood that that particular story then becomes more impactful. We need to cover Ghana better on the back of this, because the evidence shows, and from the awards that we've received, show that when you extend the coverage to communities that are underreported, that's where you begin to get a bit more attention. It is really about the people fundamentally. Let's call them, we call them our audiences, because they are fundamentally why we wake up every day to come to the office and work.
Right.
Because we believe that they're out there who will watch our content and it will be meaningful to them in their daily lives. For example, Muftao's story it gave us the depth of understanding to a subject that we've all watched, but we didn't quite appreciate. Erastus's work in the field is the reason why we've seen that much attention brought to the subject of illegal mining.
Indeed.
He won the Ultimate Award last year, and he's won the reporting part of it this year. PM Express, obviously the work that we do every day, taking these complex issues and helping people understand them. It only means that going forward, we need to do a bit more. But for me, it also means that, again, you see the awards coming from Kumasi, 3 of them coming from Kumasi, Erastus, Clinton, and Pasram. It shows that when you extend the work beyond Accra, you get a bit more impact also. And so that's what we're going to be focusing a bit more this year, but also next year, covering Ghana better.
Well, Evans, thank you so much for shedding light, sharing these thoughts with us. But let me find out who else is available joining us. So Clinton Yeboah, Best Student Journalist of the Year, is on. But let me bring in Erastus Asaridonko first, Illegal Mining Reporter of the Year. Erastus, last year you took the ultimate. This year, there were expectations that you could do a repeat. That would have been quite a feat. You got Illegal Mining Reporter of the Year. Still another great feat. We also noticed that one of the winners from Channel 1 television actually walked in with a placard saying, "Stop Galamsey now." What did it mean for you winning this award? And how did you feel when you saw that, colleague journalist with the placard?
Well, I was elated. I think the fight against illegal mining has been endorsed by almost every union and every Ghanaian today, more than when we started. And to me, that alone is an award for me, for people now to get on board, for more media organizations to now get on board, the unions, realizing that we are heading towards doom and that they all need to come on board. To me, that is something. And to cap it all, to see Fred Duho coming in. In fact, when he was coming in and holding the placard, I thought it was a demonstrator who has entered the hall. Until I realized that it was him, and holding the placard with, something that has been used to cross the lips, signifying that people are being tried to as a means to get them not to talk about the issue. And so really, I was happy about it. I think that was a positive defiance. I stood up to clap for him. And for somebody to come take it off the stage, that was where I had a problem with it. It should have been there for the president to see it. And I was worried that when it got to the president's turn to speak, though the UN resident, Mr. Abani, has even commended the gentleman for holding the placard and for talking about the environment, I was expecting the president to at least mention the polluted rivers across the country, which is a major, major issue today. But I was so disappointed that his speech never even touched what today many Ghanaians see as an existential threat.
And there was also the speech by the GJA president and some of what he said about journalists and protection, that too sidestepped by Mr. President. But for you, the work you have been doing, maybe my final bit to you, the work you have been doing, you've been endangering life and limb to bring us some of these stories. Are you seeing the sort of progress you would have wanted to see on the back of the work, the sacrifices you're making?
I must say that, yes, I want to see more. yes, I want to see this canker brought to an end, which is not beyond us, if you ask me. It is something as simple as ABC. If the president really has the political will to stop it, it will stop today. And it's sad that we are choosing votes, political votes, over the lives of the Ghanaians who vote for these politicians. And that is very sad. And so, yes, we risk our lives on a daily basis. In fact, I put that of my family at risk every single day. My mom keeps telling me to quit this job. Even today, she wants me to quit this job. She says she's going to pay me with her pension. And she keeps telling me that. But I feel that if we stop this, then that is the end. Already, all major rivers are polluted, contaminated, and some communities are grappling with shortage of water and are using chemicals to try to purify the polluted water and use it to cook. And to me, it spells doom for all of us.
Wow.
And it's not something that we will want to stop anytime soon. So yes, there is a risk, but there is a more risk if we stop.
Right.
And that's why we keep doing what we do.
And that's why we keep doing what we do. You are not alone in this, because some of us, our family members, are always, even in church, they're asking whether we are safe based on the work we do. So keep up the good work you're doing. Let me bring in Clinton Yeboah. And on the back of illegal mining, of course, that infamous one we've seen in recent times, you know, an MPP politician saying that, they will not stop illegal mining to lose votes. With that thinking, only God knows where we are headed. Clinton Yeboah, Best Student Journalist of the Year. I listened to a bit of what you had to say. I'm so proud of you, Clinton. But how did you feel in the aftermath of all this? And what does it mean for you moving forward?
I think the feeling has been very good, especially having people who believed in you coming back to say that. I think the feeling is good.
Right.
Having people who believed in you come back to say that we know you are made for this, we know you are doing well. And so it's some sort of motivation to me. And to my career, I feel this is just the starting point. And it's a huge motivation enough for me to strive and do more. I feel that there's more burden, more responsibility on me to begin bigger things and do bigger things.
And of course, we are looking forward to some of those bigger things. But can we get the sneak peek of what to expect from Clinton Yeboah?
All right, so highlighting human interest stories have been something that I take particular interest in, particular importance in, because I feel if I am highlighting abuses against people, it can happen to me. Yeah. And so if it can happen to me, I better to tell it in a better way. I tell it, add my voice to the fight against abuse and stuff. So I feel the importance that I accrue to reporting these stories are something that keeps me going. And that is also to say that since there are more problems, we keep saying that problems don't be finished. So since there are more problems and more societal menaces to highlight, means I have also the responsibility to keep doing more.
Right. And we're so proud of you once more, Clinton Yeboah, Best Student Journalist of the Year. But I'm going to cap off the conversation in the studio. Someone I would have wanted to speak to on a day like this, David Andor. He's not joining the conversation, but we celebrate him all the same. Photojournalist of the Year. This man has been for donkey years doing amazing work. David Andor, we salute you. In the studio, my main man. By the way, I'm usually, ensuring that this guy looks spick and span before
in fact,
he goes on air.
So take your credit. If collect.
even this morning.
Collect them. Not this morning.
Hey.
No, the thing is that because I can't tie the thing. I cannot tie it.
You don't have to expose all of this.
So when you tie it for me and I go home, I hang it. When I'm coming back, I pick it again.
Then you pick it again.
If you remove it, fight go past.
Wahala don't come. But honestly, I'm so proud of you. You've been doing amazing stuff in sports. Prime Take, you are here having these fantastic conversations. What does this mean to you? Let us see the award. Let us see the award. So Muftau Nabila Abdullahi, we tease him that when he's on air mentioning his name, there's usually a pause somewhere. Muftau Nabila Abdullahi. Muftau Nabila Abdullahi.
Muftau Nabila Abdullahi.
Why that pause? So there he is.
Because my father, he needs.
Oh, we didn't get to. Oh. So focus it on this camera. Yes. So Muftau Nabila Abdullahi is the winner for Sports Journalist of the Year 2024. And of course, it's signed by the Ghana Journalists Association president. That looks beautiful. Yeah. What did this mean? You've already started talking about that, yeah. But to win this, after all the work, after all the effort, after all the interviews, sometimes I'm even stunned at how you get some of these people to speak. You together with Fentuo Tahiru Fentuo, and before that, our very own Gary Al Smith, who now has.
In fact, Gary just called me.
Gary just called you. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Ben, I don't know, but just as I mentioned, it's a huge responsibility has been placed on my shoulders. What it suggests is that what I do, people pay attention to it. I need to maintain the highest standards of journalism. I need to continue to go behind the story and not just the story, because something must happen before there is a story. Ivan spoke about the impact of that story I did that won this award. And so clearly I will have to continue to do that and even do better. Over the years, I've had the privilege of coming second at the world level when AIPS organized its World Awards in 2019. It was won by one Nigerian journalist, Oluwashina Okeleji. I came second. 2021, I was third. 2022, I did a documentary. You recall that 11-year-old boxer from Jamestown?
Ah, yeah. I remember that one.
Yes, it was rated among the top 5 stories or documentaries that were entered for the AIPS Awards in 2022. So
it's been a long time coming.
It's been coming, and in fact, Gary in 2021 actually said that there wasn't any journalist in this country that deserved Journalist of the Year more than me. So, and those days I was always that kind of person.
And he himself recently swagged.
Yeah, swag. I've not been interested in entering for awards, but Irama, she'll come chasing you. You have to apply. And this is the second time I entered a story for GJA Awards, and it won it. So it's a massive responsibility for me to continue to do great things.
Well, and we look forward to those great things. We'll tease you, we'll push you, we'll prop you, we'll celebrate you like we're doing now.
Don't push me into a gutter.
No. We'll push you to higher heights.
Thank you.
Muftau, congratulations.
Thank you.
And congratulations to the rest of the team. Finally, though, let me do Dr. Nesta Abiana Pasram. She got the best feature for online. Dr. Pasram, a very good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
That's refreshing, your voice. Anyway, so what did it mean to you, achieving this feat? I see you from time to time, some of your features here and there, and thankfully you won this gong. What did it represent for you, and what is it going to inspire you to do in the coming year?
I would say that it means a whole lot to be able to win the best online feature. I mean, I put in a lot of effort into putting that feature together, aside all the research that went into it. I mean, thankfully, I'm a researcher. I'm communications officer for the Global Health and Infectious Diseases Research Group at KCCR. So I pulled onto all of that experience, looking up a lot of stories, and then doing a lot of interviews as well, and making sure that I'm able to communicate accurately, whatever my topic is. Thankfully, last year I was Komla Dumo's Most Promising Journalist of the Year, and so this year, being able to win Best Online Feature, I'm excited and hopeful that there's so much more that I can highlight. And my passion is to be able to break things down easy enough for everybody to understand, so that they can take home the key message. I work with scientists all the time, and it's pride that we speak the scientific language and nobody understands. But I'm delighted to be able to be a journalist as well, to be able to be that bridge, that breaks things down. And so I'm looking forward to many more detailed, high quality stories that in the future will win more awards.
Well, behold the bridge. Her name, Dr. Nesta Pashram. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining the conversation, from Evans Mensah with the PM Express team, Erastus Asari Donko, Illegal Mining Reporter of the Year. We also had Clinton Yeboah, Best Student Journalist of the Year. Muftau Nabila Abdullahi in the studio, Sports Journalist of the Year. And the lady you just heard a short while ago, our very own Dr. Nesta Chris Abiana Pashram, who won the Best Feature Online. We'll be right back. And when we return, you know, it's that time of the year, it's that season where the schools tussle in a friendly manner, but Charlie, it can get fierce. I'm talking about the National Science and Math Quiz. Muftau Nabila Abdullahi, does your school feature in the National Science and Math Quiz?
I was a science student. But some of the questions they ask, I often wonder whether if I was taught.
We'll be back with more action in respect of the launch of the National Science and Math Quiz. Do stay. We'll be right back.